The Vltava, German, Moldau, IPA, is the longest river within the Czech Republic, running southeast along the Bohemian Forest and then north across Bohemia, through Český Krumlov, České Budějovice and Prague, and finally merging with the Elbe at Mělník. It is commonly referred to as the Czech National River. Course: the Vltava River is 430 kilometers long and drains an area about 28,090 square kilometers in size, over half of Bohemia and about a third of the Czech Republic's entire territory. As it runs through Prague, the river is crossed by 18 bridges and covers 31 kilometers within the city. The water from the river was used for drinking until 1912, when the Vltava water tower ceased pumping operations. It is, however, the source of drinking water in case of failures, repairs to the water supply from the Zaluka and Karane sources. The Podolí water processing plant is on standby for such cases, with a long section of the river upstream of the Podolí plant under the stricter, second degree of pollution prevention regulations. Several dams were built on it in the 1950s. The Orlik Dam supports the largest reservoir on the Vltava by volume, while the Lipno Dam in the Bohemian Forest retains the largest reservoir by area. North of Prague, the Stečovice Reservoir has been built over the site of the St. John's Rapids. The river also features numerous locks and weirs that help mitigate its flow from 1,172 meters in elevation at its source near the German border to 155 meters at its mouth in Mělník. The height difference from source to mouth is about 1,016 meters, and the largest stream at the source is named Černý potok. The Vltava itself originates by a confluence of two streams, the warm Vltava, which is longer, and the cold Vltava, sourcing in Bavaria. Along its course, Vltava receives many tributaries, the biggest being Otava and Berounka from the left and Loznice and Sázava from the right side. Its section around Český Krumlov is a very popular destination of water tourism. Etymology: both the Czech name Vltava and the German name Moldau are believed to originate from the Old Germanic words Wltava. In Annalfaldenses it is called Faldaha. From 1113 AD it is attested as Wltava. In Chronica Bohemorum it is attested for the first time in its Bohemian form as Vltava. On the other side there is a river Tava in Ukraine with no traces of Germanic origin. The name of a settlement on this river was mentioned in the Hypatian Chronicle in 1174, traditionally connected to the name of the city of Vltava, Ukraine. There are many theories describing etymology of Tava. Ukrainian floods. The Vltava basin has flooded multiple times throughout recorded history. Markers have been created along the banks denoting the waterline for notable floods in 1784, 1845, 1890, 1940, and the highest of all in 2002. In August of that year, the basin was heavily affected by the 2002 European floods, when the flooded river killed several people and caused massive damage and disruption along its length, including in Prague. It left the oldest bridge in Prague, Charles Bridge, seriously weakened, requiring years of work to repair. Prague was again flooded in 2013. Many locations within the Vltava and Elbe basins were left underwater, including the Prague Zoo, but metal barriers were erected along the banks of the Vltava to help protect the historic city centre. Dams. 9 hydroelectric dams have been built on the Vltava to regulate the water flow and generate hydroelectric power. Beginning at the headwaters, these are Lipno, Lipno 2, Nevkovice, Karensko, Orlik, Kamik, Slapy, Stečovice and Vranek.